Hi everybody, it's John Wills here from Sales Alpha. Hey, welcome back to our little YouTube channel that we've got running here. I hope you're enjoying things. Hey, look, here's a biggie. This is massive. We need to get this information out early to anyone who's in the early stages of their career, but also anyone who's considering getting started, because you will find this extremely interesting. Okay, today's video is all about the discipline of listening. The discipline of listening in sales, okay? So contrary to popular belief, this is not the world of the fast-talking, overbearing, high-pressure salesperson, okay? This is not the world we want to be in. This is not where the big wins are in this industry, in my opinion, and from what I've seen over the last sort of 18 years or so, all right? It's actually the opposite. The discipline of listening is allowing people to talk so we can listen and we can hear their story and we can prescribe what we need to do next in the best interests of that client. People need to be heard. They want to be heard. They want to be understood. And we need all of this information to take on board their current position and help them move to where they need to be. Okay, so a lot of this is us asking questions and absolutely saying nothing and listening to what comes back to us. All right, if you take the word listen and jumble a few words around, you will come out with the word silent. Okay, just a geeky sales fact there. We need to be silent for a lot of this meeting when we're sitting in front of Mr. and Mrs. Prospective seller, for example. Okay, we want them to be doing 70% of the talking and us to be doing 30% of the talking in terms of the available airtime that's available during that meeting time. That we want them talking 70% of the time, we want us talking 30% of the time. Okay, that's what I think the split should be. And trust me, in your 30% of airtime, you can absolutely nail the things that you need to nail in terms of advancing this forward, providing value to the customer, and actually coming out with a positive result at the other end, okay? We are absolutely not talking about going in there and delivering a 45-minute monologue sermon to this customer where they're doing sort of you're doing 80% of the talking and they're trying to get in with their 20%. Okay, it's the opposite of that. Okay, which could be music to your ears in terms of what you've heard about the industry. All right, so when it's our turn to talk, people say, well, what do you say when it's your turn to talk? Okay, for us, we're asking questions. We're doing what we call restatements. Okay, we're speaking in bullet points, we're speaking in specific relevant case studies, and then we're linking the chain. Okay, of course, if we get the opportunity to ask for the order, if you can see that that's there, then of course you're trying to close business. All right, but it's really, really, really specific in terms of what we deliver, and we there's a lot of work to do around this. This is a big topic, but the whole overview is we need to listen first before we can actually decide what we need to do next. So asking questions, sitting back, letting people run with what they want to talk about in relation to the question you just asked, you learn so much, and it helps you deliver the best pathway for them in the future. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to listen, we want to remain engaged. And we want to just take where they are in their current position and advance them through to a successful outcome, okay? So what's the story here? We want to be an interested listener, not an interesting talker, okay? This is Tom Hopkins stuff from many years ago. We want to be that interested introvert as a salesperson, not that super interesting extrovert who just keeps going and going. Okay, people, it's high stakes out there. People really want to get their point across. They want to get how they're feeling across, and it's for us to listen to that and take that in. Okay, because the other side of this, guys, is not all business is good business for you. All right, so when we're sitting in front, let's take the appraisal here. We're sitting in front of Mr. and Mrs. Smith there. I'm always thinking to myself, okay, so who am I actually sitting in front of here? Why have they got me in here? And really, do I want a bar of this? Because there's a whole lot of different scenarios, guys, out there that we can go into in future videos. But, you know, for example, sometimes you're just used as the third or fourth guy in to confirm price, okay? You might be called in as the third or fourth guy in or girl in, and all they want to do is check out what you charge for half page in the Herald, or what your internet media strategy is. And so you're used as a benchmark, and you're never going to get that business. So you got to have the radar on around how much time you're spending with certain prospects, okay? But that's a whole different thing. There's a whole lot of topics that spin off the discipline of listening. We also have a curbside checklist that we go through when we pull up outside the appointment. And part of that checklist is obviously reminding ourselves, hey, the discipline of listening, the 70-30 split. You need that locked in here before you go in to sit down at the dining room table with Mr. and Mrs. Smith, all right? So that's a big picture topic. I've only just touched on the surface of it, but I want new people coming into this industry to know you don't need to be talking at 90 to the dozen to secure business, okay? You need to be proactive, you need to be front foot, but you also need to listen and understand, okay? So anyway, look, I hope that's helped. This is a biggie, and we'll work more on this later, but in the meantime, the discipline of listening. Cheers, guys.